All right, quick overview on my soft wash 12 volt setup. Right now, I'm using a Delavan 7 gallon a minute 12 volt pump, and I have a metering system that I built myself with a clear manifold. Something that mine is a little different. I don't have my soap hooked up yet, but this goes to my chlorine, and this goes to a neutralizer tank, so I can switch it back and forth. If I want to flush out my pump at the end of the day with neutralizer, which I always do, I'm able to just quick switch it over to neutralizer, run about 30 seconds worth of neutralizer through it, close that valve off, and then I just flush water through it. That way it gets a good hit of that neutralizer before I flush it with water. And I usually run like 5 or 10 minutes of water through it, and that'll make your pump last a lot longer. Also, with this, I can take this hose out of that tank right there, and I can fill another tank up with degreaser or whatever else I want, and I can actually use my soft wash system to spray something other than chlorine onto a surface, whatever it may be. Or if I can use it to spray neutralizer if I needed to. God forbid I never needed to spray that much neutralizer on something, but I feel like if that's the case, something really bad happened. But yeah, so I have that set up that way. Again, I got to set this thing up. And then my pump, I figured out how to wire it last night thanks to some YouTube videos and WashTube University. I do have a 40 amp switch or breaker coming. That is 20, but I'm going to switch that out with the 40 because of a Facebooker on the WashTube University told me that that's not going to work or be sufficient. It's working for right now just for testing purposes. And I got that all wired up to my batteries, which I got to clean that up. And then I have this hose, which I got to secure somehow. I got to figure out what I want to do with it, but it has a cam lock banjo fitting on the end and a ball valve. And that way right now, I'm not going to turn it on because I don't want to get everything all wet. But right now when I turn this ball valve on, I have a wash down. I can wash things down. I can spray neutralizer in my truck. I can fill buckets with chlorine, whatever I want to do with it. When I'm ready to use it for my soft wash setup, I'm going to take it, and I just take this over here, and I just plug these two in together. This is ran to my soft washing hose. Here's my question for you, experts. What gun nozzle tip configuration should I be using on the end of this 5/8 hose for the 7 gallon a minute Delavan pump? I have 3/4 going to the metering system and the pump, and then 3/4 inch hose supplying the 5/8 hose reel. But I'm not sure what nozzle or gun, because the gun I was using last year with the double 7 gallon a minute, it's either broken or it's not the right pump or nozzle gun for this pump setup, because it wasn't spraying very far. So let me know, what do you think? What configuration should I be putting at the end of my soft wash hose?